Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will explain about multi-layer perceptron. First we will see the definition. A multi-layer perceptron is a type of ANN that consists of input layer, one or more hidden layers and an output layer where each neuron in one layer is fully connected to neurons in the next layer. Okay, so what is the meaning of multi-layer perceptron? Remember all of you, it is a type of ANN. So it is a type of artificial neural network. Important point, please note down all of you. That consists of input layer and one or more hidden layers. So important point, and output layer. Okay, so multi-layer perceptron consists of input layer, output layer and one or more hidden layers. Okay, so one input layer is there, one output layer is there, but hidden layers are one or more. So please remember all of you, this is called as a multi-layer perceptron which contains one input, one output and one or more hidden layers. But when it comes to single layer perceptron, in that there is no hidden layer concept where each neuron in one layer is fully connected to, important point, fully connected to neurons in the next layer. Okay, so what is going to be happen? Each neuron in one layer is fully connected to neurons, means what is going to be happen? One neuron is one layer, neurons are connected to other neurons. So this is called as what we say multi-layer perceptron. Now you can observe this is called as a diagram related to multi-layer perceptron. So as I told, it contains input layer as well as output layer. So you see this line is called as input layer, this line is called as output layer, these two lines are called as a hidden layers. So you observe one input layer, one output layer, but the hidden layers are, you can observe here, two hidden layers are there. So when it contain one or more hidden layer, we can say this is called as a multi-layer perceptron. So if you want to see single layer perceptron, just remember all of you. So you see here there are, let us say this is the input layer and this is the output layer. So there is a no more hidden layers. So this is called as single layer perceptron. So please remember all of you. But when it comes to multi-layer perceptron, in the middle it is going to add something called as a hidden layer. You observe here, so input is there, output is there, but hidden layer is going to add in the multi-layer perceptron. So what is the main purpose of this multi-layer perceptron? It uses an backpropagation. In the backpropagation, we are using multi-layer perceptron, as well as in the gradient descent for learning. So in this concept also we are using this multi-layer perceptron. Now we will see one by one what is the input layer, what is output layer, what are the hidden layers. You can observe what is the meaning of input layer. So input layer nothing but it receives initial data, okay, features. So it is going to receive the initial data which is called as features. So always input layer will receive the initial data. So what is the meaning of hidden layer? Please remember all of you, in the hidden layer, this hidden layer, it processes the data. You observe, it processes the data and learn the patterns. So finally output layer produces the final result. So this is called as what we say multi-layer perceptron. So in short we say something like input layer will receive initial data, hidden layer will process the data, and finally output layer will give some output. So this is called as what we say multi-layer perceptron. Now we will see one of the most important concept in a multi-layer perceptron. This is called as going forward. Okay, so we can also say forward propagation. Data moves from input to hidden to output layer to produce prediction. Okay, so in order to produce a prediction, the data is going to move from input to hidden to output. So in the diagram we saw already. So this concept is called as going forward. This is something like when you go in this direction, this is called as going forward. Okay, now you can see here. So this is called as going forward. So data moves from input hidden output layer to produce a prediction. So what are the steps in this going forward? The first step is input features enter the network. So first we need to enter the input features. Second one, the multiply inputs with weights. So remember all of you, in the second one we are going to multiply inputs with weights. And third one, we are going to add bias. And fourth one, apply some activation function. And last one, produce the output. So these are key points. So input features enter the network. Okay, so we entered some inputs, let us say x1. So we entered some data. The data is called as let us say x1. Okay, our input value is x1. So what is going to say second one? Multiply inputs with weights. So let us say the weights are w1. Okay, so the inputs are x1, x2. The weights are w1, w2. So multiply inputs with weights, add bias. So plus bias nothing but b. Okay, so apply activation function. For this one, we are going to add activation function. So finally it is going to produce the output. So this is called as a going forward. So important concept. This is also called as forward propagation. So please remember all of you, the equation for this going forward is y is equal to wx plus b. So this is something like w1 x1 plus w2 x2 so on plus b. So compulsory we need to add something called as a bias. Okay, so this is called as what we say for going forward. Now let us go for going backward. So one of the reverse concept. So till now we discussed about the going forward. Now we discuss about the going backward. So what is the meaning of going backward? This is also called as backward propagation or back propagation. So remember all of you, in the previous going forward, what is the concept we have discussed? That is called as first you are going to start with input, then you are going to add weights, you send data to some hidden layer, and we have some output. Remember, sometimes it may happen our output is not correct, or else we can say it is not equal with what we assume. So what is going to be happen? Error flows from the output. So what we have to do? You need to, so when I send information from input hidden output, the result is not accurate. So remember, you need to update the weights. So at the time we need to update the weights, because in the input we are going to add input values. In the hidden layer we are going to send input with weights. So finally we get some outputs. So remember, we are going to use something called as here weights. Let us say w1, w2. So at the first time if I mention weight values are something like 0.1, 0.2, even though the result is not correct, if at all the result is not correct, what you have to do? Error flows from, now the error, so after completion of going forward, the error comes here in the output hidden input. So what you have to do? You need to go back. Here go back means again output hidden input. So in this the concept is output hidden input. Now you observe on the screen. So this is called as output hidden. So we are going backward because of the error. So you see here important thing, hidden output hidden input. Okay, so whenever the error comes in the going forward method, we are using going backward. So what are the main steps related in this? First one is the compare predicted output with actual output. Yes, so after completion of input hidden output, we are going to have some output. So you need to predicted output with actual output. Actual output means after completion of input, hidden and output. So you are going to compare predicted output with actual output. Calculate the loss or error. Suppose if there is a big difference, so compute the gradients using chain rule. And finally update the weights. If at all you are not satisfied with the result, we need to update the weights. So the formula is called as W of new is equal to W of old minus n row loss by row W. So this is called as what we say the formula related to update the weights. So remember in this n is called as a learning rate, and loss by row W is called as a gradients. Okay, so this is called as what we say going backward. Now one of the short thing related to forward and backward. So forward means going in, starts with the input, add some weights, hidden layer is there. So we need to update some activation function. Okay, so starts from the input, do some weights, then add some hidden layer, activation function, finally output is there. So if we get loss, so what you have to do, if we get some loss in the forward network or forward function, what you have to do, you need to do the backward. So what is the meaning of backward? When you have some loss, okay, apply some gradient and update the weights. Yes, initially we assume some weights, but we are not satisfied, you need to update. So you check, you may get a better output after update the weights. So finally we comes to important point regarding this forward propagation and backward propagation. So please remember all of you, this slide is very important. Okay, so what is the meaning of forward propagation and what is the meaning of backward propagation? Remember, forward propagation moves to inputs to output, in between we get hidden layer. So back propagation moves from error to input. So after completion of output we get some result, that is called as, we can say something like error, again you need to go back, this is called as input. So in the forward propagation we calculate output. Okay, in the backward propagation we get some error, you need to update the weights and bias. Okay, so remember one of the most important point, no learning can be happened in the forward propagation, but back propagation it is called as a learning process, because you need to check the result, you need to update the weights. So this is called as a back propagation. Forward propagation uses activation function, but when it comes to back propagation it uses gradient descent plus chain rule. So finally the purpose of this forward propagation is it computes network output, but when it comes to this back propagation it minimizes the error, or we can say something like a loss. So this is all about the forward propagation and back propagation, going forward and going backward. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all.